Tom, your reaction to this, the media pushing back on this, but didn't Biden already declare a terror emergency? More than 1,950 terror suspects alone caught crossing under Biden. That's just a generation after 9/11.
Well, the Biden administration hasn't done enough. If you look at the removal of criminal aliens, those illegal in the United States who have been convicted of a crime, those removals are down 74% from the Trump administration. So there hasn't been enough focus on criminal aliens, specifically these alien gangs like Tren de Agua and MS-13. But President Trump has promised that public safety threats and national security threats are their priority right out of the gate. So we're going to be looking at Tren de Agua. Their days of horror are coming to an end.
Talk to us about, we've seen numbers, 800,000 criminal illegal aliens crossing over the last 40 years through Biden. The National Guard already has been deployed under the Biden White House, but there's pushback against the Trump wanting to use military assets to deport illegal aliens. How does that work when you catch a criminal illegal alien to deportment? Can you walk us through how it works?
Well, first of all, DOD's helped several administrations to secure the border, Republican and Democrat. DOD will be used, if we have an agreement from DOD, the president has to make that decision. But if we use DOD, then they'll be used to do non-enforcement duties, such as transportation, whether it's on ground or air, infrastructure building, intelligence. Things that would take a badge and gun and ICE officer that are doing these type of duties, takes them away from those duties, put them on the street, and let the military do those duties, because it doesn't require immigration authority. So there'll be a force multiplier to take more agents, put them on the streets where we need them. But look, we arrest a criminal animal, we take them into custody. They're put in detention, they're put in an ice bed while we make arrangements to the home country. They got to send us travel documents, they got to accept them as a national of their country. It takes several days, up to 2 weeks. So we detain them, put them on the next airplane out, and send them out. And we're hoping DOD will help us with air flights, because there's a limited number of planes ICE has contracts with, so DOD can certainly help with air flights all across the globe.
Tom, talk to us about how no other country in the world has had its border abused by illegal aliens like the United States.
Absolutely not. We are in a world that I never thought we'd be in, Liz. Border Patrol has arrested, since Joe Biden's been in the White House, they have arrested people from 181 different countries. That's almost every country in the world. And 46,000 Chinese nationals, males of military age. There's no way 46,000 Chinese did not leave China without the coordination and consent of the Chinese government. It just doesn't happen. So we got a lot of national security threats in this nation that we got to find. We got to get them out of here quickly.
Tom Homan, thank you for your service to America. You fought long and hard. Appreciate you so much, Tom. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.